Hello, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed our last video. It was a bit exciting in that one. This one is much more everyday, but a bit more reality, thankfully. Last video was just a bit too full on for us. On this video I get that sinking feeling. You'll need to watch that to find out what I mean. We decide to leave Strangford Lough and sail to Bangor to get our engine fixed. We've got to take on the Narrows with an engine that we hope is going to be okay. So not without its concerns, but have a look at that. We have a great rundown. We actually get to show you the Narrows on this time, and we have a fun exit out over the ebb tide. Once we get to Bangor, we can get our engine sorted, and then we get to explore the delights of Bangor a little bit and catch up with some old family friends. So it's a great video, this one. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'd love to hear from everybody. We try and answer every comment. So please give us a comment. Hi, we are Sally and Tony, a couple of middle-aged Aussies who have decided to combine our passions with our work on our 2004 Oyster 56 called Osprey. We intend to sail as many oceans for as long as we're able and to create a network of friends and crew to join us on board as we sail the world in search of adventure. If you saw our last video, you'd know that we're now inviting people to come sailing with us. So if you'd like to join us in the Med this year, jump on board to the website ospreysailingadventures.com. All the information's there. Oh, we got some wind, Julie. Okay, so this is one of the jobs I've been putting off because of just the difficulty of it. It's a simple job. I just need to swap out the speed log transducer and give it a clean because we're not getting good readings on our depth sounder, and now the speed log and the true wind are messing around. So rather than calling a technician, I'm just going to clean the log and see if that has any impact, and then we'll be calling in the technician. So to get this speed transducer out, I've got to pull out that plug there, unscrew it, at which point that's a direct access to the bottom of the ocean, and bung it up with that one there. So, you know, I've done it plenty of times before. It's always a little bit exciting. It always gets your heart going, but it's a pretty simple job. However, on Osprey, it's made more difficult because the transducer, as you can see, is in the bottom of a cupboard. And I mean, there's a door here, and then the big door to the cabin is here. So I've sort of tested it out, and the only way to get in there is to literally get my head and my shoulders through this cupboard so I can get both hands down into there. So that then puts my head about 10 inches from where, you know, a very large volume of water is going to gush in. So really hard to back out and get myself out quickly. So the other bung just pops in and screws down and then stops the water coming in, and the water runs into the bilge, so it's not that big a deal. But I've got a trusty wooden bung to hand just in case it all goes wrong. Oh, okay, so I'm in the locker. Head and shoulders are in there. This boat was obviously designed by a bloke because my boobs are getting in the way of the cabin loop. Okay, so this is the locking ring. Oh, I can hear it hissing. That's loose. Now, here she goes. That's too bad. Oh, right on there. Oh, not even a capful. That's good. Okay. Now, let's see how the old paddle wheel is. That stops the little paddle wheel, this, from spinning, and that's what gives us our log reading. So it's a bit dirty. So I'll give that a clean and hopefully we'll get some better results. I've given it a little clean. You can't do much about the paint, but that's not actually stopping the wheel from going round. So just give it a spin and it spins. It's not a very good spin. Anyway, there we go. So it's spinning reasonably well now. Now, the trick with this one is obviously because it relies on the water flow to register passage of water over the paddle wheel, identifies the speed with which the boat's going. So it has to be pointing in the right direction. At the moment, forward of the boat, the fore end is that way. So I've got to align this top section. There's an arrow on there that tells you which way is forward. And I've got to align that so that when that goes in, it goes that way. So let's see how we go. Right, loosen the ring. Water's coming out. Not quite off yet. Why doesn't this one want to come out? There it goes. Right, let's get it aligned. This should drop in. A little bit more problematic that time because the cap didn't want to loosen off. That looks to be reasonably tight, reasonably straight. Now just get that tight. And you do these up hand tight. Alright, it's all good. And you don't want this coming off in the middle of the ocean. So, there, that's pretty good. Alright, so that was the transducer. Give this a bit of a scrub around here. It's a bit yucky looking. Okay, so here we are going down Strangford Lough, this time with the tide. And we are cracking down really super fast. 9.3 knots with 6 knots of boat speed. So absolutely piling along. Just trying to keep the boat going steady. If I sound nervous, that's because I am. There is a whirlpool waterfall just here somewhere. We spent about 40 minutes trying to get past this hole. So I'm not going to film all of this because I need to concentrate. But it is fierce down here. Arriving at Copeland Sound was a similar tidal challenge. The currents run strong between Copeland Island and the mainland. You can go round the island, but of course that gives you an extra distance to sail. And most people, if you get the tides right, you can go safely through the sound. When I looked at the currents and the availabilities of the tides, it occurred to me that if we went very, very close to Copeland Sound, tucked right in, we could then cross the channel at the sharpest point and make the most of the current going through. To some friends that were watching us come up, they actually thought we were going to hit Copeland Island because we sailed that close. So this is Donaghadee. Looks really pretty. And we are coming through, what's the name of this sound, Tony? Copeland, isn't it? So there's Copeland Island. Lots of squalls around, as you can see. We've had everything today. We were screaming along downwind, wing on wing, having a lovely sail. And then this squall came in and changed all that rather quickly. Thankfully we were prepared and got the heady away. But I think we took about a 60-degree course change. So that required a bit of hand steering by moi. Anyway, we just put the heady away while we thought we'd see what happened to the weather. But more excitingly, we are coming into Bangor. And our arrival of Bangor, I know, but our arrival in Bangor actually officially completes my circumnavigation of England. Because I started from Bangor 35 years ago. So yeah, it's quite emotional coming in here. I can see the big tower of Carrickfergus over in the foreground there. Lots of really good memories of this place. So it looks like we might be stuck here for a while. We've got to get but our heat exchanger is leaking. So we've either got to get it fixed or get a new one. And that could take a couple of days to, yeah, well, there's no time limit on it. So anyway, we thought, well, we're a better place to spend our time in Bangor. So I'm actually looking forward to this.
Salt, right? So salt inside this cap, there's a divide. So the water goes halfway up. You know, this is divided.
Yeah.
So the water comes up, then goes here, and then comes down the other half. So there's a divider, you know, inside there. If I had this off, if I took this off, there'd be a bit of plot, you know, dividing.
Right.
So the water's rushing in there, and then it goes down, and then comes up the other half, and then out.
So
our leak is here.
yeah, I can see that. Maybe that one too, maybe.
Yeah. But here's the
These look quite clean though down there.
here's the interesting point. Save us, or break us, or could it save us? I think it's more likely to save us. This is aluminium.
Yeah.
This is plastic.
Right.
So, you know, when the guys strip it down, as long as the casing's okay,
yeah,
and this is okay, then we can make a seat.
Yeah.
If this is all eaten away, we've got it. Fingers crossed.
Not too bad.
No, I-
So you wouldn't take those bolts off here and have a look at it now?
Well, I would like to, do you know what I'd love to? Because the curiosity killed the cat.
We set off cycling through Bangor, not expecting to stumble into one of Northern Ireland's liveliest traditions, the marching bands. The streets were alive with music, drums echoing, flutes bright and clear. These bands go back over 200 years, born from old military parades and local community groups that turned rhythm into heritage. Every summer, hundreds of bands march across town and villages, bringing people together in celebration of pride. By evening, the sound of the drums faded, but the glow of the bonfires lit up the skyline. Built by locals over weeks, they marked the end of the festival, a fiery symbol of community spirit and tradition.
Only if they got a permit.
Cycling home, it felt like we'd pedalled right through history and into the heart of Northern Ireland's culture. And that's where we'll leave Bangor, after an incredible day of music, history and bonfires lighting up the night. Next, we're crossing the sea to Scotland. Our route takes us past the stunning Mull of Kintyre and over to the beautiful Isle of Gigha. If you've enjoyed this ride through Northern Ireland's culture, make sure to like, subscribe and join us for the next leg of the journey. There's so much more to explore and we can't wait to take you with us.